one. So we have two groups. We have whawhawhine, which is more widely known in community, and that's someone that was born male at birth, and that's someone that sits between maybe seen as a trans woman or a gay male. And we're okay with those labels to be put together because we have a community that has come from history that allows for that combination or that thing to kind of work together. And so it's not an issue for us to have, say, our gay males be called whawhawhine. In Samoa it's a lot more accepting, whereas it'd probably be a lot more challenged here in the Western society because our gay Samoan males are dealing with the issues here in a Western context. But whawhawhine takes its term from, the literal translation for whawhawhine is in the mannerisms of a woman, but it is a layered term. We never had a term for whaatama, which is was born female at birth. We were all in the one label. And now being that in the last few years, those that were born female at birth that identify maybe as trans male or trans masculine or lesbian, they've got their own community and they've actually got something that they feel comfortable with. So it's whaatama. And whaatama literally translates as in the mannerisms of a male, so which is the equivalent.
So did that sort of, because you said that the whaatama was sort of like a recent development, is that something that just happened organically, or is there like some kind of activist
I think it was
movement behind it?
Discussed amongst community members in Samoa, and that's the term that they came and felt, befitted to our whaatama community. And I think as the years progress, we will realise that our Pacific people will realise that there are actually different identities as well, not just for those that identify as whawhawhines. For example, the identity of pansexual, which is not really thought of in a Pacific context or a Samoan context. So even that, and being able, because these are, that's something that our community of LGBTIQ Pacific Islanders, that's something that they deal with here. That may be a challenge that they deal with here, but it's kind of not spoken about in Pacific. So, as cultures evolve, as language evolves, it's probably something that would probably look at, because I think to myself, our young people, those are the challenges, or those may be the issues that they face today or will face in the future, that they don't necessarily fit into the stereotype or the association of what whawhawhine for what whaatama meant to them, or what we were known as.
So you think there needs to be like more nuance in what the...
Yeah, because we have our own Samoan LGBTIQ community here, and the issues are totally different. Similarities to, we'll never forget our cultural identity, but in the same respect, we also, when we go to things here, like just general we're dealing with a whole different language, we're dealing with a whole different set of vibes within the rainbow spectrum.
Do you see like a bit of a generational gap, I guess, between like yourself and younger queer people growing up in Pacific Islands or like diasporic?
I think what holds myself and my young Pacifica Samoan community together is there seems to be a cultural thing for us is the level of respect. My young community of queer people, that's what I feel from them when I'm with them. I think the only thing that separates us at times is technology and, word, the language. But otherwise, we seem to kind of be able to communicate quite well. We have a culture that's quite rich in being able to bring us together and gel us together. we may have differences, but this thing of the respect that we have for elders is quite universal for us, and that we know as our own duty to society and to community and to culture, is that we look after our elders and make sure that they're okay, but also look after each other.